Hey there, welcome to Gaia Daily for October 16th through 20th. I'm Adrienne Elise. Well, how are you feeling? It's a really intense time right now. This is a culmination of the whole of 2018 and maybe of lifetimes of situations. Last year, about this time, Jupiter went into the sign of Scorpio. Jupiter's been kind of cruising along, doing its thing in Scorpio, and now Venus is on mop-up crew. Venus is deep in retrograde now in the sign of Scorpio. And Scorpio is about what's hidden underneath the surface in our psyche, the shadow, the depth. This is making us feel, on the one hand, maybe some very uncomfortable feelings coming up, maybe feeling like stuck in the corner, maybe pulled back. And we've been talking about this all year, but what's happening for a lot of people is like, think about the most traumatic type of thing you might have experienced in a past life around feeling in the corner, or feeling like you have to hide yourself, or feeling that you've been locked up, or all kinds of things that have happened to indigo souls and have led to a deep fundamental sense of low self-worth. And these are coming up now. These are feelings that have been deep in the consciousness and have been able to be like, oh, okay, no, just distract myself. I'll just kind of like, well, that's there, but I'm going to just move on and it'll be fine. And this Venus in retrograde in Scorpio is like, no, can't go on with this heaviness, deep in the psyche. And it's an interesting thing because it's like a lot of these soul groups are feeling like they're right back in a past life, like they don't even know the information around it, but like in the dungeon or in the tower, or who knows where, this place of just a place you can't get out of. And the place we can't get out of right now is these feelings. And it's interesting because the indigo souls are feeling like, on the one hand, responsible. A lot of collective energy coming up right now in soul groups because of what's happening on the planet right now, and feelings coming up around responsibility and failure in past lives. And this is a story for all indigo souls, light workers, coming to the planet again and again, trying to bring health, healing, harmony, bring the connection to source, bring the spirituality, bring the light, and being shut down, time after time. And it's this feeling of like coming to this really intense battle between the light and the dark, and the failures of the past in these soul groups is like coming up. And it's interesting because not only are these feelings of responsibility and failure, and like, I failed in my mission to the planet, and it's all gonna just go down the toilet, and who knows, whatever this collective energy is. But on the other hand, these souls are also feeling like it's all up to them. Like they have to figure it all out. And if they don't figure out what they need to do next, and how they need to, somehow save the world. And it's like, okay, wait a minute, you guys, this doesn't really make sense, because it's like, how can all of us feel like it's all up to us? This is part of the programming that is not a mistake. It's happened to us over lifetimes, wanting us to feel like there's no hope against the darkness, wanting us to feel like all the light work we've ever done over all these lifetimes will never add up to anything. And that's the programming that's really coming up right now. And it's like, you're in chains, you're in the dungeon, you're in the, you're locked up in the corner, the dark corner, and you're not going to be able to get out of it until you face these deep, dark feelings. And it's intense. People are going in and out, like almost like labor pains. So that tells you something, right? But a lot of people are feeling like, I'm never gonna, this is forever. I'm just gonna stay here forever. It's gonna be 2 weeks before the election midterms in this dark, crazy world forever, and it's not. We're just visiting this place, but it's really important. Like, what if you are on the verge of landing new timelines and moving into your true path, your purpose, meeting your soul group? That's what's trying to happen right now. But guess what? Because of this ingrained, programmed low self-worth, self-hatred, which doesn't make any sense either. Of course, indigo souls have been told, oh, like, we don't want you here on the planet. Like, we're going to call your light evil. so that we can make sure you don't ever come into your power. And why don't we tell you that your power is too much for you to handle, so that you don't ever come into your power? And these are these deep, dark feelings coming up individually. Like, so a lot of times these lifetimes where people are like going back into this dungeon place, they were completely and totally alone in the 3D world. And that's how what's coming up from for people, like deep isolation, feeling like a disconnection from source. It's a total illusion, but that's how people are feeling. But we need to go here, because guess what? If we don't go find these feelings and sort them out and basically shine the light on them, this is the Jupiter finishing up in Scorpio and being like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would your light be evil? How is it that, you know, you're not wanted on planet Earth? And that might be the message you've been getting, because you've been projecting this dynamic throughout your life. And so that you feel this core level rejection, just not being welcome in this planet, that maybe you light up other people's shadow and then they blame you for it, you know, and just feeling like in general, most people want to stay in their own distortion, delusional world, and they don't want your help and your healing. And that's what a lot of indigo souls have gone through too. But it's like, you know, we really need you on the planet right now, more than anything. So we've got to go down underneath this deep, you know, this is beyond self-worth issues of one lifetime or, you know, from your early childhood. This is ingrained deep down, deep in the subconscious, you know, and that's why we have to go to these places to find it and pull it up by the roots and clean out the cobwebs, clean out the closet, clean out the corner, get ready for the new that's trying to land, because you need to know that you're welcome here. And I mean, beyond welcome, the deep gratitude that's available for you coming in, that, you know, as much as everything are going through these dark places, like what if you're going into that corner to just find that light within you? That's what this time of year is about. But for indigo souls, it's like lifetimes of work. This whole earth evolution is coming to a head right now. And it's we've got to know that we deserve to be here. Not only that, but we're a blessing on the planet. And it's just like so badly needed. Like, thank you so much. And then of course, there's that whole responsibility, failure energy that's coming up in the collective consciousness right now. And it's like, no, you know, throw that responsibility, failure stuff out the window, because your responsibility is to be here in the most positive vibration you can manage. Breathe. Be on the planet, be present, be, you know, what this is all leading us to is knowing deep inside, some part of us knows that we are loved and cared for by the universe. Venus retrograde brings up everywhere where we don't feel loved and cared for, or we don't feel like we deserve. And, you know, especially in Scorpio. And so you've got to go down into the depths, into the corner, find these lies, right? These are total lies. They just make no sense in absolute reality, but they're buried so deep in the subconscious, it's programming. We just live our life by them, and rip these things out, get rid of them, clean out the closet, and know and remind yourself, even when you don't believe yourself, but completely continue to remind yourself that you are loved and cared for by the universe. You would not be here if you weren't. And a lot of people of these soul groups have battled with these dark feelings, deep esoteric depression over these last, you know, maybe 5, 10 years, your whole lifetimes, you know. And it's a feeling of like, take me home. Like, who are these people? How did I get to this planet? Like, you know, total confusion about like why I would ever think of bothering coming to a place like this and trying to bring my light, my healing, lifetime after lifetime, and then getting trapped into these karmic stories that just keep playing out, keep you trapped into that vortex of like negative patterns, just creating again and again. And it's just like, there's got to be a fundamental shift in these soul groups. And that's happening. It's coming. The changes are coming. The outer manifestation of the changes that have been happening are coming. And it's like, whoa, this is a very specific set of circumstances that my higher self has wanted me to come and experience. And it's pretty rare to find this level of control and darkness and confusion and disconnect. And you know, I better use this to my best ability. Like, I better take advantage of this powerful moment in time and history that I get to be incarnated in a 3D body that's going to change and be a part of changing the physical world, helping these souls move through to higher dimensional realities where you have plenty of experience. You know, that's why you don't feel comfortable here, because this place is too narrow, too confined. Your body, it's everything. It's just this crazy feeling of like being fundamentally uncomfortable in this reality. But you know what? We're not trapped in this reality. They just want us to think that we are, through mind control, through keeping us in the dungeon, keeping us disempowered, keeping us as victim. And this is coming up a ton for people right now because Chiron's gone back into Scorpio. I mean, to Pisces. And Pisces, the end degrees of Pisces there, it's like, oh God, just totally stuck in the dungeon. You know, you're never going to get out of that place. And, but, you know, really, what if this is like, it's about to pop, you know, and like we get to be here and be a part of something amazing. And, you know, even if you don't believe this, there's some part of you that knows it. And even if you can't find that feeling loved and cared for by the universe right now, some part of you has that. So you got to go there. And when you're in the corner and you're feeling squeezed, you're feeling this contraction, this kind of like the universe kind of wringing you out to get rid of all of these false beliefs. You got to come back to this place and tell yourself again and again that it's only going to get better. The light is going to win. Of course, we always know that. And I get to be a part of this amazing experience. And I get to help usher these souls that have been stuck in this lower dimensional frequency into the higher dimensions while we're still in a body, completely conscious of what's going on. Very potent and powerful time, very unique in the universe and the story, the whole omniverse, all the universes. And so we might as well just kind of dig in and know that there's going to be some really dark times, especially as we're going through this Venus retrograde. But a lot of people are feeling like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm going to be here forever. This is just how it is. You know, I've been running from this place my whole life and now I'm trapped here. And it's like, no, you're going there so you don't ever have to go back again. And know that it's just this time right now. We're just visiting. Venus goes direct mid-November. It's going to go back out of shadow by mid-December. We've got a couple more months of this, but you know, it's not forever. And the energies of 2019 are very different. And we got to be ready for that. And we got to know that we're cared for and loved and know that we're welcome here on the planet, beyond welcome. You know, it's just like, thank God you made it through everything you made it through to be here right now. And here we are together, finding each other, getting to work on these amazing projects. So just sit tight and know that this is very temporary. It feels like forever and you'll never get out of the dungeon, but that's just, it's just part of the illusion to pull you into that place so that you can clean out those cobwebs for good and be ready to fill that space with light and truth and hope and love and all the things that you tried to bring again and again to this planet in other lifetimes. So thanks so much for doing the work and showing up and living, breathing. I didn't even talk about the astrology, but it's in the notes. The things that are going on right now, basically Mercury and Venus are in a conjunction, and then Mercury comes into a square with Mars. So it's, even though Mars and Venus are out of their square, Mercury's bringing it back again. This is like an inner battle within ourselves. And with Venus retrograde, that inner battle is like, do I want what I thought I wanted? And do I deserve any of it? You know? Or should I just go hide in the corner? So we're feeling it, you know, still the square energy, but Mercury always wants to bring understanding and make it make sense. And so in all of this squeezing time, there's also clarity. So hang in there. And I look forward to connecting with you in the future. We're heading up to a powerful full moon at 1 degree Taurus, and very close to Uranus there. And Taurus, Venus is the ruler of Taurus. And so this is our self-worth, and it's our permission, our ability to claim and know we deserve our inner resources and everything in this world to support our path and our journey. And so really potent energy coming up here at this early degrees of Taurus and this powerful full moon that's happening next week. So I hope you'll join me. Keep an eye out for that activation, and we will see you soon. And until then, I'm Adrienne Elise. Namaste.